Hi. Before heading up north for our maple syrup weekend, along with deer and turkey scouting and food plot prep, I decided to check out a tributary along Lake Michigan to check out steelhead and brown trout conditions. The spawn is going to start pretty soon. So I took a walk down and check it out. A couple of guys fishing along the way. Ran into one gentleman, said he came through walking, said one guy caught one fish. But I've kind of walked the trail and like I said, all the way down here to the lake. I'm going to walk it up a little ways, but I don't see very much going on with fish. Should be able to start seeing them moving up. I think we need some warm water discharge to get them moving better. Well, the start of steelhead season and brown trout season, with them coming up to spawn, has a lot to do with the weather and water temps. When the warm water discharge starts going out into the lake, the fish sense that, they start moving up into the spawning streams where they were born in. They come up there and they're going to spawn again in that area. So I'm monitoring temperatures, weather conditions, and we want to be on top of when the fishing starts, because now that I'm retired, I can go at the most opportune times when it's not crowded. So I spent a brief time checking out what the conditions were like before I headed up north this weekend. Week 3 maple syrup season, and the work begins this morning. Uncovering everything and getting ready to start a fire and start boiling some sap. I guess Jim was up during the week and collected the sap, so there's a barrel full of sap here. Well, with the warm weather that we had this past week, we were concerned that we wouldn't get up in time on Friday, that those 5-gallon buckets that we use would be overflowing with the sap if it was really running. So James came up during the middle of the week, hauled out the ATV, set up the trailer, got the 55-gallon barrel set up, and went about driving around in the woods and collecting the sap from the 5-gallon buckets midweek, I believe. He was up here Wednesday or Thursday, so that those buckets wouldn't overflow for us. So that worked out well. But he ran across some interesting tracks amongst all of our 5-gallon sap buckets out in the woods. Check these out. Well, if you haven't guessed, yep, bear tracks. More important, small bear tracks. That means a cub. What does that mean? That means that mama bear isn't far behind. Mama bear is pretty protective of her cubs. And now to complicate matters, what are we doing this weekend? We're going to be boiling sap and putting the sweet smell of maple syrup in the air. I can only hope that the cub and mama bear are long gone. Any way you look at it, we're going to have to be on our toes this weekend. Be extra alert out in the woods. There's the roof's up already. Pipes are in the stove. Fixing in an extension on the smokestack for one of them. And 1, 2, 3 will get fire going.
Mine moved up to the UP, way up in the UP. And he discovered maple trees this year on his land. Right in
there's a brand new one that hasn't been used yet, and then there's this one. This one is in the middle of the road. Man, that don't turn so easy this year.
I don't think it turned all that easy last year either.
Closes tight, that's for sure.
Yeah, but see, there's nothing leaking though.
This should be pretty concentrated. He said you got a lot of ice, so. Okay.
Fire going. Craig got a nice little fan. It fits right in there.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Get some forced air going to get that fire going, and it's going.
Yeah, that fan makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. There we go. You got how many years, John?
We think 4.
4 years.
We think 4.
The operation gets better every year.
Oh, just bigger.
Just bigger operation. Yeah, but we make improvements every year.
We make improvements, but we're not adding buckets yet.
Yeah.
We don't want more work. We want it to stay fun.
Dogs stealing the kindling.
So last year, Craig came up with the idea, got that barrel, a food barrel, cleaned it out a little bit, and
It's a beer barrel.
a beer barrel.
It was from a brewery.
And
Lakefront Brewery.
that's what, 50 gallon, 55?
That's a
55 gallon drum to collect the sap. And the reason why is because of all of these. There's, John thinks like 52 buckets, 5 gallon buckets throughout the woods this year. So we drive with the ATV, and instead of carrying all this stuff back, we got the big 55 gallon drum to fill. Start boiling her down, see how much we end up with. 2 weeks ago we ended up with just under a quart. So the new stove is cooking away. Oh, did you get covers for these pans?
No, not
Huh?
on your ass. Hey, you know what? Those cookie sheets will fit crossways over those for covers.
Yeah.
That one, I think, once you got a good raging fire going, that's going to push fast.
Yeah.
Covering them up, keep the ash out. It'll work.
I think.
There we go. I'll just open this up. I just want to take a quick shot. So we finally got her going. That one's now going. We just got to remember, as wet as the wood is, we're going to add wood. We got some kindling here. Throw some kindling on first, then add the wood on top. Keep it going. We need that kindling to keep her going. This one's got a good bed of coals going. It's going.
Yeah.
It's going.
And then that's a nice hot fire in there.
Yeah,
That's a
it
nice
is.
hot, long burning
Yep.
fire.
All right. So finally, it looks like the problem's solved for today.
For now.
For now. Yeah, you're right. For now.
Today's an awful tall order. That's a tall order for now.
So I'm headed out now to check trail cams. So I'm real curious to see if we get any bear on our trail cameras. Let's see if we got any turkey. Turkey. That's fresh. We got one print in the snow here. So that's recent because we had snow up here. Well, that's a pretty good sign. Saw a turkey print in the snow here. There's another one there. Another one there. Okay, that's a good sign. There's some more. Moving up in this direction. We may not have a lot of them, but there are turkey in the woods. That's a good sign. Keep our scent off the trail cams. Okay, gloves on and our scent wipes. Let's start pulling those trail camera SD cards. I'm real anxious to check the footage. Okay, we recovered all 3 cards, SD cards from the trail cams by my turkey blind here. I want to take a walk around the woods here and just see if I see any turkey scratchings. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get in here and get this cleaned up. Open up our shooting range a little bit more. But yeah, nothing as far as turkey sign. No scratchings. But here's an idea. The fact that I don't have the first or second week this year, and that we got the 3rd week of the season, maybe the birds will come here after being pressured the first 2 weeks in other areas. This is the main trail that we take in right here. I just happened to be walking out and I spotted the buck rub. Alright. It's not so frustrating this year. We're seeing a lot of deer sign, but the turkeys and turkey sign is really suppressed. We coming through the food plot, I found a deer trail west of the food plot that we're planning to put in here, and I gotta find that camera. So We're in for a little adventure. So here we go, coming out of the food plot. Turkey scratching. Right here. Do it right here. Here's some more. Right here's another one. See it right here. This is fresh. Pulled back. And right in here a little bit, roosting around right there. Maybe a little bit by the log here. I gotta find that other camera now. It converged. There was a kind of a crossing, a major crossing of deer trails out here. I gotta find it. John's deer stand is right out here. Alright, let's see if we can find it. A lot of trees to look at. Oh, look at this. It's right here. There's the trail. That was funny. There's a lot of trees to look at. I turn and we're right on top of it. I guess, you know, trust your instinct. It took me right to the tree. I guess there's a little bit of woodsman in me after all. We've collected all of our SD cards. Now I'm anxious to head back and put them in the computer, download them, and let's see what's been moving out here. Anyways, here's our coming up on our open area for our proposed food plot area. We got a couple of big trees to drop. We plan on maybe getting out here this afternoon after the syrup's going pretty good. So here's the food plot area. You can see we knocked down all the little saplings and we set up some pinch points for the deer. You can see we got a lot of stumps. We're not going to worry about those too much this year. We're going to kind of rough things up. I have like a throw and grow. Let's see what we can do in here. Okay, so we gave you another tour of the food plot. We'll be out here cutting trees this afternoon. And it's a lot of work to drop and cut those trees. Carry and stack them. But next couple of weeks is that. We'll check the soil. I bought a soil testing kit. See if we got to put lime down or whatever to get the pH levels where they need to be. And hopefully within the month we'll be planting and have the deer in here all summer long. And then plant a winter crop in here too. Keep them in here in the winter. So at least that's the plan. Let's see how things go. Okay, so we've got a nice rolling boil here. John just added some here. We had a rolling boil going on this, but he just added some more. So it'll take a little bit to warm up, but you can see the steam coming off already. So John figured about 35 gallons maybe, and there might be another 50 to collect yet today.
All the guys are back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. Looks like they're retapping trees. So.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a walk back, see what's going on. So after 2 weeks of not coming up, that was in the bucket. Look at that ice from the sap, and the water's starting to freeze already. Well, the barrel collection is a big improvement in our sap collection process. But with the amount of sap we're picking up this weekend, we realized that the funnel is just too small to be pouring in buckets in. So we want to make that improvement and enlarge that funnel. So we hit the road to go buy supplies, and lo and behold, southeast of my brother-in-law again, just a couple of 100 yards from his property, we run into some turkey. Take a look. There, I got him. There's got to be 70 birds here. And this is the road out, coming out of Craig's. Look at this. Jake and a hen. With this amount of birds around here, I can't imagine, like there's an invisible barrier they won't cross to come in by Craig. It's unbelievable. Sandy, are you sitting there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. You're behind the wood pile.
I'm by the fire.
Okay.
Hi.
See, this is cool because not every family can do this. We can do this.
Jim was out here on Wednesday, you said?
Yeah.
So figure half a day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, half a day today. That bucket is 3/4 full. It's our best one so far. Well, now we'll have to pay attention and see how much we got in there, eh?
A lot.
A lot.
I'm thinking 35 to 40. Yeah, that was a good haul for a whole week, and it was 3 days.
3 days worth, yeah.
And it's kicking in. Big time, right now today. Well, we got a long way to go now, so
All right, we got the barrel funnel fixed. We improved on that. The sap's collected. John's taking care of pouring it. The girls are helping maintain the fire. I'm headed back in the woods. Time to start cutting some trees. So here's our first attempt at putting something together to help with the food plot. Drag it behind the ATV to help clean up the food plot area to start.
I was thinking about pulling it with the ATV, and what I'll do is I'll get another receiver and just not put a ball on it. Then I got the hole for the pin.
Oh yeah. It's about 8:45 Saturday, and we're still boiling sap.
I can hear it boiling, but it sure ain't throwing any steam.
Boiling crazy.
It ain't throwing no steam, man.
This one isn't, it's not boiling.
Hey, put that light on that. Did that thing go way down again? Oh no.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's on film.
I see.
Frogs. We had a couple of big toads right there.
And I shouldn't have sat on them because they left marks. Like gross you out, Katie. Did you want to put it in the shed for the night?
Probably. The blue barrel I ain't worried about.
No, because that's not
But this
concentrated
stuff-
enough.
This stuff, I think that would bring a bear,
A bear?
Sweet tooth right up to us.
Well, let's get some trail cameras set up, and then we'll have them on the trail cam.
I sat here and babysat this shit for 15 hours today. I ain't giving it up so some bear can spill it on the ground.
I'll lick out the empty kettle.
How long were you sitting out here, John? How long we had the fire going?
9 a.m.
Since 9?
So 13 hours.
Quite a bit in there yet. $11 o'clock, and we're down to 20 gallons, a little less than 20.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have to finish it up tomorrow. Well, you heard how we were going to bear proof our maple sap / syrup for the night. So come join us on part 2 to see if the cub and mama bear show up. See you on part 2. Hi. Well, that's it for this week's video episode. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and click on the like button. Then go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. This way you won't miss any future episodes. You'll get notified upon their release. You can comment on the comments below on this video, or feel free to drop us an email at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. Again, I look forward to hearing from you guys, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.